Guys, it's Michael White, and here's my co-host.
And Timothytis.
Welcome to the Love and Relationship Podcast. As you can see, today's topic is going to be another juicy one, guys. And before we get started, I actually want to say a few things quickly, if you guys don't mind. It's more as in the sense of, look, our podcast, it's not about what's right? Because that's the thing. With our podcast, and especially in the dating market space, it's not one shoe fits all because every circumstance is going to be different. Every scenario is going to be different. Every person is going to be different based off of their principles, based off of, their background. So a lot of things is going to be different. So what we talk about is you can either like come to our space, take something away from it, or say, nah, I don't rock with that. And that's fine. Because for me, it's about opening the conversation. That's all it is. It's not about telling you how you should do something or how you shouldn't do something. Now, if you want to come here and be like, wow, you know what, that sounds right, I can do that, then great. But the platform is not for us to give advice, it's to open the conversation.
Yeah, and I think conversation opens so much, doesn't it? Once you get talking about something, so much can come from it. And actually, a lot of people can have aha moments through it. They can have their, the disagreements or the pure agreements, or they can relate it to themselves. And I think that's what a lot of this is as well. It's like, because it's our personal experiences, it's very much, it can be very relatable because we are actual people who have had these experiences too. And we're opening a conversation to say, well, this didn't work for us. And like Michael said, one shoe doesn't fit all. However, there is certain principles and values that you can, that create a platform for a great relationship. So yeah, we're just opening that conversation and we thoroughly enjoy it.
And I think that's what's important, because you can have an aha moment after the conversation, during the and that's the thing. When somebody comes in and again, I literally think with what we do, we're just telling people what worked for us and what didn't work for us. That's pretty much what we're telling people. So anyways, we'll play the promo video. We'll get started on today's topic. I know you guys are sitting here and can you just, I want to know, can you take an X back? So we'll get started and do that. So before we get started, guys, please like, share, subscribe. We're honestly trying to hit a goal of 1,000 subscribers via YouTube. Our Facebook page is growing like crazy, but we're literally trying to grow our YouTube channel, man. So the thing is, guys, it's free. That's the thing. No one's asking you to pay anything. It's free. If you rock with either me or Anthea, just hit that like button. We also give you guys the link tree to follow us on all social media platforms. So it's wherever you feel comfortable. So with that being said, guys, like, share, subscribe, and we'll get into today's topic. So, Anthea, should you ever take an ex back?
That all depends. That completely depends, Michael, in my opinion. I think it depends on the circumstances of how you split up in the first place, what the journey has been, how long you've had apart. Because so many people, and I've had this myself, where I split up with somebody, with our own ways, and then all of a sudden we come back together and we've resolved nothing in between. Nothing's been spoken about. It's just that lust and that pull to have that person in your life, or you miss them or they miss you, and it's a mutual thing. So you just get back together, and then before you know it, 4 or 5 days passes by and bam, you're back into the same issues that you was experiencing. So I think with something like that, no, unless you've taken that time to understand and you've had the conversation, and you've really communicated why things didn't work in the first place. What was it? What what stopped the relationship from blossoming in the right way? What did you guys, how was you guys treating one another? How was you treating yourself with that relationship? Have you gone to speak to a professional about your relationship? And I think if you've ticked all of those boxes and you guys really, you just have that knowing that you want to be together, but you can actually work through them. You've found the issues and you've discussed the issues, you've communicated them, and you've come to a mutual agreement, and you start acting upon what you've spoken about in that positive way, then yes, why not? At the end of the day, if that's who you want to be with and they want to be with you, then who's anybody to stop that happening? But you must deal with what the issues were in the first place that made you go opposite directions, because I also believe some things are in have been blessed to you in the timing. So it's not that person's not for you, but it was just the wrong timing. So sometimes you have to go your own ways, experience certain things to be able to come back and have the best relationship. So yeah, that's kind of where I stand with it. How about yourself, Michael?
Obviously, again, it's very circumstantial because it really depends on the context of the relationship. It pretty much exactly what you said, because the thing is, was there some type of abuse? Was there some type of emotional or physical abuse? Then the answer is no.
Absolutely.
Right off the bat, the answer is no.
Yeah.
But anything else outside of that is workable.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to say. So it depends, because if you guys truly love each other, and I'm talking about like a genuine love, not a forced love, not a pushed love, but a genuine love for each other, it can be worked out. But this is where I'm going to play devil's advocate. You guys can't be breaking up on and off all the time. That's a
Yeah,
no-go.
that's a
That
no-go.
that is a no.
No.
It's like, if we get back together, that's it. And you know what? Look, guys, I'm gonna stand here and be honest with you. I've made that mistake multiple times. Broken up with somebody, got back with them, and look, you play with somebody's heartstrings when you do that.
You play with your own as well. It's like you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position, because look, once you've walked away more than twice, then you know why are you going to come back together the third time? There's obviously issues there. There's obviously reasons why you're walking away from one another. Come to that point to say, I don't want to be with you anymore, I'm going my way. That takes a lot in itself. So you're wasting your time, energy, you're wasting so much of you, and the other person is doing the same. For what reason? Like, you've really got to find your why you want to be together. What is your true reason to want to be with this person? And I just don't believe in this, but I love him, or but I love her. I just don't, that doesn't drop with me. Like, that love thing that people always drop, but I love him. And you go, yeah, but you're miserable. So where does the love come into being miserable? I
See,
don't.
I will give myself this, and I will laugh at myself because I've done that multiple times. So I like to look at it like this: if you guys break up once, there needs to be context around why it happened.
Yeah.
Was there cheating? Was there infidelity? Was there lack of sexual gratification? Because again, you see people like to, oh, that's not important. Yo, you got some marriages ending here because there's no bedroom fun.
Mm-hmm.
They say, like, some people are breaking up because there's a lack of that. There could have been cheating. There could have been emotional cheating, like whatever. So, number one, the context needs to be understood of why the two people broke up. And the thing is, if they're going to get back together, and this is big for me, nothing of the past should come up again if we get back together.
Yep. There's no ammunition sitting there ready to shoot.
For me, that is, if it's going to come up again, it's a nope. Because if you are going to get back together, and again, I wish I could highlight this. It is we get back together under the context, and again, I'm glad we're talking about this. Things from the past do not come up. No arguments, no so no arguments, no like, oh, like you did this a long time ago. No. No, as Anthea said, no bullets in the gun. Now, with number 2 is an apology, accountability. People like to just blame the other person, or during a conversation, it's he said, she said. No, we're stopping he said, she said. If we're going to get back together, there's accountability on both parties, not just the man, not just the woman, both parties. And there's a change in behavior, because somebody could tell you that they're sorry, but has the behavior changed?
And I think that is the key
That's what
point.
it comes down to.
Yes.
A permanent behavior change.
Yes, Michael, you know what? You're so on point what you're saying there. It's because words are so cheap, aren't they? People use words like it's nothing. They don't realize, and they spill all this stuff out, but the behavior is exactly the same. And they say, actions speak louder than words. And
They
that
do.
is the truth, because someone could let's take it out of a relationship, and let's just say somebody wants to start their own business. Let's put it there. And they keep saying, oh, you know what, I'm starting my own business. And they've told everybody, oh, I'm starting my own business. I'm starting my own business. Oh, yeah, I've got this really good idea. And, I've written this plan out and blah, blah, blah. And a year passes by. Oh, I'm starting my own business. And 2 years passes by. Well, it's going to come to a point where people just going, you blank out, because it's just words. But if you're going to say that and you implement that and you started your own business, then the respect level around you will grow, and the respect level towards yourself will grow. Your confidence will grow, because you're doing what you said you're going to do. And I think that's what it comes down to. When you do what you say you're going to do, what a difference it makes to yourself, to your overall decisions, and to the people who are around you. So same with relationship. If you're going to have a conversation with someone and you say that this is what you're going to do different, and you really mean that, and you go out and you implement that, and you actually make those behavioral changes, then things can work. But if you're just saying it and you get back into a relationship and you're just doing exactly the same thing again, then the other person must close the door on you, because you can't keep going on life like that. Life is, sorry, but it's way too short for those behaviors to have to deal with them.
Yeah, like let's say we have, and I love to do this, let's say we have Sally and Jack, right? And Sally says to Jack, hey, I need you to take me out on more dates, right? In our relationship, we don't go out enough. We don't spend enough time together. Jack says, okay. The dates don't happen. Sally and Jack break up because Sally feels alone in the relationship. Let's say they take a month apart or 2 weeks or whatever you want to call it. And Jack says, look, like, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I heard you. Can we try it again? Sally says, yes. Jack's behavior changes. The dates become frequent. He understands certain things change. Everything is better. Because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Right? Is was there a change in behavior, and has the person understood why they've hurt you,
and why it means that to you? What makes it be that by Sally wanting to have more dates, what does that mean to her? So, and I think if you have
quality time.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, but if you know the why behind it, then you can consciously have that in your mind to say, well, my girl is, I know that she loves going out on dates, and because I genuinely love her and I care for her and I want to be with her, I would do that. And then as long as he enjoys doing that too, because if you're doing it just to please somebody else and you have no desire to be there, and you're turning up like, like you're the one that wanted to do it, you're the one that wants to come out for something to eat, like that again is the behavior you're not going to put up with, So I think you got to look at the overall again.
Oh, 100%. And I think that's where that honesty comes in of understanding why the breakup happened and what can be happen going forward, as in the sense of, do you want me back just because you want me back and you're lonely?
Yeah.
Or do you want me back because you actually love me and we love each other and
Hmm.
this relationship you want it to work?
Yeah. And that's a big one, isn't it? Because too many just get back because they feel lonely, and they just like, and they give in to themselves, don't they? They just give in and they just go, right, I'm just going to call him, or I'm just going to call her. And then they move forward like that. And again, nothing's been resolved, nothing's been spoken about. And you just end up in the same, it's just the same thing
Well,
over
it's
and
a
over
self
again.
conversation that you have to have with yourself of, number one, do you want to do it again? B, do you have enough faith in them for behavior to change? Because that's the thing, right? At the end, like Anthea said it the best. If the behavior hasn't changed, then why are you doing this? Then you need to do this.
That was
Because you're just going to cause yourself more emotional pain. That's what you're going to do.
so true. That's so true.
And then it just creates more of this.
Emotional damage.
And then the next person that you date, you're going to have the same problems. So it's really about addressing certain issues. Now, as I said, for me, when I see people take somebody back multiple times, I don't feel this for them. I don't feel bad for them because you're choosing to go back to a situation that's not serving you. Especially, oh yeah, we've broken up like 5 times. You don't think after the first two that you're kind of like
Should go
gotten
the
that
other
it's not
way.
supposed to be or that it's not for you?
But I think this is a huge problem within the human the human society, shall we say. People don't want to be alone, and actually the best thing you can do for yourself is take time for you and get to know you, because once you get to know you, then you can have that utmost respect for yourself, and you won't be putting up with somebody coming back to you third time, fourth time, fifth time. You won't put yourself through that, and you don't feel like you need somebody. And I think we've spoken about this before, the difference between needs and wants. You
Yeah.
want your partner to want to come to you, not to need to come
Mm.
to you. And you want them to want you, not need you, because that need is, it's a different feeling altogether. It's, help me describe the feeling of need, Michael. It's very,
See, look, when you, and we'll talk about it quickly. Needing somebody is very dangerous in a relationship. It's like, I don't need you, but I want you.
that's so
Big
different.
difference, because
Big
need is like,
difference.
oh, I can't function without you. Like, I need you to kind of make me feel whole.
Yeah, but you need to make yourself feel whole. You can't have somebody else do that for you, and
No.
they're not making you feel whole.
So when you want somebody, it's like you already have a life full of abundance, but the want is just an extra. It's like if I go to the ice cream shop and I ask for ice cream, I love the basic ice cream, but I want hot fudge on it. It makes it extra, makes it better. So
Don't
somebody
need
coming,
it. Yeah,
yeah, I
you
don't
don't
need it,
need it. No, you just
but I
want
want it.
it. You want it. It's a
So
difference.
that extra want makes it better. So in the relationship context, when you're dealing with somebody, they should make your life better.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but they
no,
should make your life better in certain ways. Fights do happen in relationships. And again, I on this podcast, we love to say it is when people have a blueprint that love is supposed to be perfect, nothing's supposed to be wrong. It's supposed to be sunshine and rainbows. I wish I had like the emoji where where the person jumping around with the little flower basket and just throwing flowers up in the air. That's what I wish I had, because that's people's mindset when it comes to love. Like it's going to be like this little cherub just throwing like flowers in the, like, no, it's not going to be perfect. When you
No,
can
because
get
we're not
past it,
perfect. We're not
yeah,
perfect.
exactly,
So
because
how can
we're
that
not
be?
perfect. So
Yeah.
when you can get past that, oh, it needs to be perfect mentality, and understand that, hey, here's two people coming together. We're going to build something great. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be perfect for us.
Yeah,
There is no such thing
absolutely.
as the perfect person. There's the perfect person for you.
Yes. 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 There's no such thing as a perfect person, but there's a perfect person for you. I love that. That
This
is
isn't the Matrix. You're
no,
not looking for the one.
no.
Like, like Neo, they're like, oh, we've been waiting for the one. Like, if you've ever, I'm sure most of you have watched The Matrix, the whole time when they find him, they're like, oh, we've been waiting for you forever. We're waiting for the one. Well, then you're going to be waiting a very, very long time.
It's the one that uplifts you, right? It's like if your ex is somebody who comes to you, and when you two are together, like after splitting up and now you've come back together and you've got this energy between you, and you uplift one another, you support one another, you make each other laugh, or you have the same like drive in life, as in you want the same kind of things and you're going in the same direction as such.
Well, there's more fighting than there is. I mean, there's more peace than there is fighting.
Yeah, there's more peace, exactly. So you feel that homecoming feeling that we spoke about the other day on our
Yeah.
podcast, and you feel that, and you demonstrate that through your words, thoughts, and actions, and everything that you guys are doing is aligned. It's you're uplifting, you're no one's putting one another down, no one's speaking to anybody in a way that's
Demeaning
going,
in a demeanor way.
yeah, exactly. Like, I've been around people and I've had relationships where people, like, the person has spoken to me, or I've heard them speak to their partners, and they're effing and blinding at them, and they're calling them all names, and they're arguing and they're screaming and they're shouting, and then they don't resolve it, and the next day they do exactly the same, and they just carry on and they think it's okay, but actually that is not okay. And if you're in those kind of relationships, it's not for you to go back to that person, because
Well, that's very interesting that you say that, though, because I'm going to add a caveat. A lot of times people will say, you hurt me in a relationship. You hurt me. And that's fine. That's a very, very, very valid reason. If somebody might have acted or displayed or said something that was hurtful. Now, it's more of the question of, can you look past the hurt and say they're worth it? Because when you have this attitude of, when you love somebody, they're never going to hurt you, now you're living in a fantasy land. The person you love, and again, I'm going to say this as clear as day as I could say it, the person you love is going to hurt you the most, probably. Because you love them so much, you're more vulnerable to the things that they say and do, and vice versa. So you have to ask yourself, hey, even though they might have said something I might have not liked, can I still love them? Even though they might have not did something within context, and I'm making that very clear, within context. Maybe they might have yelled at you one time. That it's not all the time. Maybe they might have yelled at you once. But can you still love them past that? Can you say, hey, you know how I feel about yelling, can you please not do it again? And then the person would say, I love them so much, I don't want to display that type of behavior.
and they would take that minute to themselves before they react. And
Exactly.
I think it's even deeper than that, as in, like, it's not about just loving that person and can I still love them. I think it's, can I put that to rest in myself, and can I let that go? Because once you can let that go, no, you're going to have an awareness about it still, but as in, let it go, the emotional side of it and the thought process side
Well,
of
you'll
it.
be happier, man, because when you're
Yeah,
sitting there holding on to things that they've done to you, how can the relationship prosper?
It can't. It can't. But
It
that's with
can.
anything, isn't it? It's with anything in life. If you hold on to things, then and you say you like you've had whatever you've experienced in life, and you don't learn to actually put that to rest, to say, you know what, it's happened, and you can accept that that's been your life experience, and you don't beat yourself up about it. You can just really go past that. That's where you're going to blossom in life in general. But when you're holding on to things and you're constantly having it going around your mind, and you're having this emotional reaction to things that have happened, things that people have said, or things that you've done, or mistakes you think you made, or all of that stuff just holds you. It's like putting big bricks on top of your feet, and it holds you down, like big weights, and you're
Can I
not able to push forward.
can I tell you guys a secret? When you hold on to things, and again, I honestly hope that out of this whole podcast, you guys take that one thing away. When you hold on to things, you are waiting for the relationship to fail.
Yes.
What you're doing is, let's say you hold on to something that they've done to you, right? And let's say the relationship's gone good for 3 months or 2 months, right? And by accident, they've done this thing. It's like what you're doing is you're holding on to that. And then once they've done it, you jump into reactive mode. Oh, they did it again. They're gonna go back to how they were. They're gonna treat me how they used to treat me. And it's like they messed up one time. It might not even been that major, but it's because of the fact that you've been holding on to this for so long. That is, in a sense, it's like you want the relationship to fail because you're waiting for them to mess up. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is you're doing.
You're expecting that, and what you expect you receive. So
Exactly.
you're actually creating that for yourself, because our thoughts are powerful, Michael. Like, we can't forget that, what we're thinking about, we bring about. So if we're thinking that our partner, and we're expecting our partner to do certain things, whether it's in a way that's going to be good for us or in a way that's not going to serve us, then, and we're expecting that consciously, subconsciously, and our thought process, and we say, oh, I knew he would do that again, or I knew she would do that again. I
Mm.
knew that. When you know something, that's you creating that. That's you putting that out into the universe. That's you attracting that and bringing that to you. And then you blame the other person. But actually, if you was to be really real with yourself and really true to yourself, you can sit back and say, well, you know what? I had that thought process. So they're just bringing to me what I expected from them.
Because
So
you were thinking about it, like, and you couldn't let it go.
you couldn't let it go. So when you can't let something go, you naturally have a thought process towards it, and you have a natural expectation that comes with that. The emotion and the thoughts come together, they align, and that's how you manifest these situations into your world.
Well,
And then
think
you go,
about your partner. Because if you have that mindset, sorry to cut you off, if you have that partner and you have that mindset, that means they have to walk around on eggshells with you.
yeah,
Oh, I can't say this and I can't do this because if I say this or do this, they're gonna get triggered and they're gonna be reactive. And
absolutely.
and you should never feel that way in a relationship, that you can't talk or express yourself in a relationship because your partner will get triggered because they haven't let something of the past go.
Absolutely, Michael. And I think, yeah, that's a big one, isn't it? Like walking on eggshells, or not being able to be you, and having to
Mm.
not being able to be you is huge. And I think we've had a conversation like this before, where, you know, if you're with your partner, let's just put a scenario: you've got your
Yeah.
partner there, and someone, I don't know, someone calls you a friend, and then you feel yourself not being at ease because this is let's say it's a business partner who's of the opposite sex. So for me, a male calls me. Let's say you call me, Michael, and I'm in a
Mm.
relationship, and I become really uneasy because I think, oh no, like there's a male calling me, and my partner's going to get really upset. Then that's not me being myself, because at the end of the day, I've got a business partner. His name's Michael. He is a male, and I do have a relationship. But at the end of the day, I know that you're my business partner. So if I can't be me and be able to speak to you on how I normally speak to you, then there's a problem,
Mm.
because I'm
And,
uneasy, right?
and I like that. And ladies, we're gonna talk to you today too. We're gonna have a little discussion too. If you're dating a man and things are going well and he's checking off all your boxes, and the topic of sex comes up, hypothetically, it comes up, don't get mad at him for that. Don't have the mindset of that's all he wants from me is just bedroom fun. If you've vetted him and he's checked all your boxes, he's everything that it is you're looking for. Men want sex. Don't get mad at him for bringing it up. Don't get mad at him for wanting it. Clearly, you want it too because you're in a relationship with him. But don't get mad at him for talking about that, because then all you're going to do is, all you do is want to have sex with me. So then now he's going to feel uncomfortable having any discussion with you, because it's like, if I tell you anything, you're just going to jump down my throat about it.
And I want to add to that, because at the end of the day, if I'm in a relationship and that's and my partner has said that to me, then at the end of the day, I'm going to want to be having bedroom fun with them too. And if I don't, then there's a problem. But why am I in a relationship that I don't want to be sexual with somebody? That doesn't even make sense.
But let me ask you a question then. Why? Like, if a guy brings it up, and again, I hopefully this helps somebody. If a guy brings it up, why does a woman get reactive and think, well, all you want to do is have bedroom fun, but she's made the statement saying you're everything I'm looking for?
Well, to me, that doesn't actually make sense. That doesn't sit. I mean, if somebody's going to say that, then they've got an issue with, they've been triggered from something, because at the end of the day, like I just said, if I'm in a relationship and the man's ticked all my boxes and he brings up what he wants, and that's sex, then I should actually want that too. And if I don't want that, then I should have stated that from the beginning, that actually I want to be in a relationship, but I don't want sex. And if you bring up sex, then I'm going to get upset with you. So I just don't see how that works, because they shouldn't be triggered by you wanting sex. Because actually, if my man wants to have sex with me and he wants to be in the bedroom with me, I think that's an amazing thing. And that actually tells me that, not that you want me, but because I know that men don't really have a filter in that sense.
No, but I'll word it perfectly. You shouldn't get mad at him.
No.
Because he wants it with you. He doesn't want it with anyone
else.
He
so
wants
that should be
you.
And that's where you want to feel privileged and feel good that he does want that with you. Because
so
if
you
he
should
didn't,
feel elevated that he is, that this guy that's checking off all your boxes, that the guy for you wants that with you. He doesn't want it with anyone else because he's coming to you.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I can't understand if somebody gets upset with that. I mean, if you're speaking about it from the first second that you meet this person,
then that's
different. But if you've had conversations and you've vetted one another and you're happy and you want to get together, like you're ready, and now you've said you're in a relationship, and the man says, oh man, this, it's really time for it. I really would like to, I can't wait to this, or whatever, however you would speak to one another, then I think that would be the sweet point to say, oh yes, we're ready. Like, it's a nice thing, isn't it? It's got to be a nice thing.
The question I want to ask you as a woman, why do women get triggered by that when a guy wants bedroom fun from them, but then they're like, well, he checks off all my boxes? It's like, okay, well, he's meeting all your needs.
Because of past experiences, Michael.
You don't want to meet his needs, but you want him to meet all your needs.
Because of past experiences, because they've had so many men just want them for sex that they are now associating you with those people. So that's another thing that happens in relationships. Someone will come in and they will then they will match you up to what they've had before and say, oh, you're just like this person, or you're just like, and actually, no, I am who I am, and I'm not that person, and I'm not those people either. But it's something.
You know what? I think we've all made that mistake, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've compared some of my past to present. I've made that mistake.
Yeah.
But for us to wrap it up, because we always said these ones would be a little compact. Should you take an ex back? That's up to you. Literally, that is up to you. That is up to you on what the circumstances were. That is up to you on if it's something you want to revisit. Now, I'm not a big, what's the word I'm looking for? Someone that just thinks you should dump someone, date someone else, dump someone, date someone else.
No.
If the problem's workable and the problem's fixable and both parties want to really work it out, work it out. But under the circumstances that there was no mental or physical abuse or cheating.
Yeah. And I think we've really got to we just want to say, really go into that
Mhm.
mental abuse, because people actually don't take on board that mental abuse as much because it's mental and it's not being shown on their body as physical. But if you really take time to understand what mental abuse is, like understand it. If you feel like there's some kind of mental abuse, go and read up about it and go and see if it's something that
Educate yourself about it
educate
first
yourself. Yeah.
before you do that, because
Yeah.
again, in a lot of circumstances, people will use words or say things that they don't understand. They'll be like, oh, my man's controlling, when maybe all he was trying to do was protect the relationship. Oh, a guy might say, well, my girl's super needy. Well, maybe all she wanted to do was spend time. So again, I love that you said that. It's about educating yourself on something first
Mm,
before you just start throwing words around.
mm,
You can't do that. You can't just go around throwing words around. It's like you need
mm,
to understand what is controlling, what
mm,
is manipulative,
mm,
manipulation, what is passive aggressive behavior.
mm.
You know what I mean? You need to be able to understand that. What is a narcissist? You know what I mean? Like you need to
Because
be
that
able to
word's been, yeah, sorry. I was
No,
going to
no,
say
go
that
ahead.
word's been thrown around a lot, hasn't it? I've heard it. I've never heard that word so much
Narcissist?
in my whole existence. Yeah, narcissist. All of a sudden, the past like
Me,
6
me too.
months.
Well, that's the thing. Even me, I've been learning about like what a narcissist is, and it's somebody that always wants like things their way. That's controlling and all those other things, right? So it's really understanding, because let's say, for example, you start to see the tendency to be like, oh, you're a narcissist right away. Like you right there, narcissist.
Yeah,
It's
but I've
like,
seen that happen of recent. Like everyone's just like, "Oh, he's a narcissist. Oh, she's a narcissist," and it's like,
yeah,
"Whoa, where did this come from?" Like this
you have to
new like
you
phrase
got to
out here.
pull it back, and you gotta, that's the thing, you have to pull it back. Now, are there going to be signs of certain behaviors? Yes, we all have ego.
Yeah,
Don't sit here and say, well, I don't have any. We all have a
all
little
have
bit
it.
of ego. We're
Yeah.
all a little bit selfish.
Yeah, you have to be in to a certain degree. You've got to be good selfish. You've got to do things
So
that works for you. And
in
also,
go
sorry,
ahead.
go on.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, there's something, there's an apparent, if it's an apparent thing that someone's being mentally abusive towards you, and the apparency behind that is literally they're swearing at you all the time, or they're always blaming you, or there's a lot of verbal things being said that are hurtful. Take it into account. You don't have to even go and educate yourself on that. It is what it is.
In that
Don't expect.
situation, yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah, if there's like yelling, if there's poor behavior, like treating, like, of course you automatically know what that is off the rip.
a lot of people don't know, Michael. They just think it's okay, and they don't know
Well,
no
yeah,
different.
we'll definitely probably do a podcast on that, on people thinking that that type of love is okay when someone's yelling at you or treating you poorly. Um, but see, that's what I mean. I love our fans, I do, and I love what Matthew said. It's sort of selfish to your partner if you don't look after yourself.
Yes.
You know what, Matthew? Just for you, because you brought that up, we are going to make that a topic. We are going to say, we'll figure it out, but we're definitely going to include that as a topic, because again, if you're not taking care of yourself, it shows you're not taking care of the relationship. If you're
Mm-hmm.
not taking care of your health, your goals, your mental, then how can you be the best version of yourself in that relationship? You can't.
You can't. You just can't.
You can't show up for the best of them. Like, let's say I'm in a relationship and I look like this, but then like a year from now I end up like this, and I end up like bleh, just big, and I look like the hamburger or Mayor McCheese from Ronald and Friends.
And you're not doing what you're doing here, and you've just given up on all your goals. You've
Yeah,
given up
and
on
I've just
given
become
up on
like,
life.
as I said, I've just become like the hamburglar. She's gonna be like, if I don't care about me, then I can't care about her. I've gotten overweight, stopped dressing nice, stopped taking care of myself. You know what I mean? It's terrible when you have that mindset. So thank you for bringing that up, Matthew. But we are going to wrap up today's episode. We are. And look, we really appreciate it that you guys come through to watch it and share the replays and all that amazing stuff. And we will see you guys next week.
See you later. Have a brilliant weekend.
Oh,
For
yes. And
Friday.
before you guys go, you're going to hear more from us because we're actually going to start doing YouTube posts as well. So you're going to get the podcast from us 3 times a week. And then 3 times a week, you're also going to get YouTube posts. So definitely be on the lookout for those as well, too.
See you, Matthew.
So we will talk to you guys soon and take care.
See you later.